Hi there, this is Luv Johar. So Praveen recently asked me on the Facebook group, how exactly can you write the non-conformities and what is the best way to write the non-conformities in the audit report. So I just thought to have a quick discussion about this. Before I start about the detailed discussion, how you can write the non-conformities, let me just give you a brief about what exactly is the non-conformity. And for all those of you who are new to this domain of information security, let me tell you, non-conformity is nothing but a deviation from the standard what the management system says. So, for example, if something is written in one of the clauses of ISO 27001 and it is a standard requirement, and if somehow I am deviating from that clause, which is a standard requirement, and I am not fulfilling that particular clause's requirements or that particular requirement, which is clearly mentioned in the ISO 27001 framework. So that means I am actually deviating from that standard requirement. So it may come to a point where it comes as a non-conformity. So let us be very clear what exactly is the non-conformity is about. Okay. So after describing what exactly is a non-conformity, let me tell you now about how exactly can you write the non-conformity. So Praveen, this is for you, but it might help with all the other people who are there in this channel as well. So let me give you a brief. First of all, you have to categorize the non-conformities. You can't club all the non-conformities in a single domain. You have to categorize whether they are critical non-conformity or major non-conformity or minor non-conformity. What exactly is the classification of that non-conformity which you are talking about? First of all, Praveen, you have to categorize it. You have to categorize the non-conformity. It would not be a point where all of your non-conformities are actually a major, or all of them are minor. You have to segregate between them. You have to categorize them. First of all, make sure that you have a category in place. That is the first requirement which I would actually tell you, and this is how I would go about it. Okay. The second thing is you have to make sure that the non-conformity's objective is to actually help you create an actionable plan. It is not to create a panic among the auditors and the management, executive team, that okay, we have so many non-conformities. It's not like that. It's actually to create actionable plan, so that you can address those non-conformities. So make sure that you have this in mind, that you have to create an actionable plan for the non-conformity that has actually come up in your audit. So this is how I would actually go about the non-conformity. And when I talk about, when you were asking me about how to write this non-conformity, so let me tell you, it's simple. It's nothing called rocket science. What I would say is, mention the clause, which clause you are actually referring that non-conformity to, and along with the clause also mention what exactly is missing, what exactly is that non-conformity about. Okay, mention those details, and after that mention an actionable plan of action. Mention that after your non-conformity, along with the clause which is actually referring to that non-conformity, after that mention actionable plan on which you foresee an action, and also mention a time duration, and if possible, who are the people who will actually work on that actionable plan, so that after that particular time period you can actually look back and see whether those non-conformities have been addressed or not, which is more important than actually writing this non-conformity. So writing is not important. Just get this point. Creating an action plan to counter those non-conformities and making sure that they are resolved is more important over here. So don't worry about the writing part, worry about the actionable part, where you are actually focusing on the outcome of the non-conformities being resolved, rather than focusing on the writing part. Okay. So this is to answer your first question, Praveen. The second question that you had was regarding the risk assessment and risk treatment. So this is altogether a very vast topic, and I have discussed this in a lot of different videos that I have posted over here in this YouTube channel. So I would request you to please be specific if there is any particular thing in the risk assessment or in the risk treatment plan which you are not clear about. And just to give you an overview, risk assessment is just to assess what kind of different risks are there in your current environment, which you think will pose as a threat in achieving that particular management standard of ISO 27001. This is how you have to assess those risks. So make sure that you have this particular objective in your mind. So make sure that you understand this part. This is the key. Let me tell it to you again once more. So risk assessment is assessing all the risks which are there in your current platform or your current scope of domain which you are actually holding up against the standard of ISO 27001. So make sure that all those risks are covered as per the standard requirements of ISO 27001. And if you are clear about the requirements part, if you are clear about this part, I'm sure that you will be able to counter this part. So make sure you are clear about this. This is very simple. But again, if you have any more questions about risk assessment or risk treatment, please feel free to comment in this video and I will be happy to respond back. And also regarding non-conformities, if anyone is still not clear about writing non-conformities or having any doubts about what exactly is a non-conformity and how exactly can you take care of the non-conformities, make sure that you comment below in this particular video so that I can actually address that right away. And also, just to make sure that I summarize this properly, non-conformities are just to make sure that you are aware about what you are not fulfilling as a part of the standard. What exactly you are deviating from the exact standard. That's why you have all those non-conformities in place in your audit reports. Otherwise, that would not be there. Okay, so make sure that you understand this crucial part, and you can write it in as different types of there are n number of ways how you can write it. I mean, there is no standard way of writing it, but the way that I've suggested in this video I think would be a better option. So you can go for that. But again, the objective of having non-conformities should be to have an actionable plan so that you can actually address those non-conformities and remove them in the long run. Okay. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all the new subscribers who have actually joined this channel. If you have any queries on any of the videos that I have posted over here, please feel free to comment below. And I am Luv Johar. I would be more than happy to respond back. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.